Name should be correct. Haha! And everybody gets a double notification for us going online. Excellent. Yes, funny. On that note, we have received 4 new followers since last stream. That's the most new followers in a year, I believe. Congratulations, Carlos. You are quite a popular game master.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. On the note,
you're much better than I am.
Well, I'm different. It's different.
Well, that's my opinion, and you can't take that away from me.
But I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
You better.
On the note, let's flip it up.
Hyperspace falls, everyone dies.
Yep.
So, what do we got? We got Froggy, Blinky's in the chat. Questions, comments, or concerns before we start? You guys had fun last time, right?
Yep,
definitely.
I hope our audience found it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite get I don't know. What do you guys like more about it, and what do you guys least about it? Oh, we could talk about that after. I don't know. I'm trying to fill in with banter mode.
Let's get off the banter mode since we are like 7 minutes behind schedule. I'm just trying to avoid bantering because I don't know what to banter about. So, the floor is yours, director.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, welcome back then to Tabletop Theater, where obviously we're telling a different sort of a faster-paced story, condense it into 8 weeks. Me and my fantastic group of actors here, Lordy and Wooster.
Yeah, we have a fantastic group of actors and Wooster.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and start off. Fade in a little bit low, subtle music, recap music. Previously, a mysterious robbery in the city of Iman. A place of study was broken into. It's an old ancient library museum where a portal opens up and a bell, an ancient special bell, was taken. The only witness there, cut to again, the library stacks falling down, beautiful, pretty face, blonde hair, green eyes. What's that? Cut to Arkhan. There's somebody here. Get the witness. Meanwhile, our heroes were pursuing a plague priest named Cain. They followed him to an ancient inn where he resuscitated the bodies of the patrons and into zombies. And him, the cultist, and the zombies attacked our heroes, Feng and Jericho, resulting in a fantastically messy fight where a woman was saved, the inn was burned down, the zombies and the cultists destroyed, and a name was discovered: Tharizdun. This unfortunately cost the heroes their badges. Or did it? Unbeknownst to the Captain Holt, who was there, giving them a nice little grilling, our heroes, Jericho and Feng, kept the badges. He tricked the captain. They reveal them at a scene at the local tavern where once their suspension has been had, they go there and have a couple of drinks and lots of donuts at the popular favorite guard tavern, where one of their favorite waitresses talks about certain rumors around town, a lot of hooligans, A lot of people with like claw necklaces, a new cult, a new fad being started, trying to recruit a bunch of teenagers and people in the slums and people having hard times. And that's when an attack on the city itself happens. Our heroes go out and attempt to get to headquarters as quickly as possible. Fighting another group of cultists with a couple of fellow guardsmen, trying to infiltrate their way past checkpoint and checkpoint and checkpoint, unsuccessfully until they convinced the gladiator school to help them out. In an absolute ridiculous scene, the gladiator rushes through town, helter-skelter, pushing all the things away before finally crashing through the gates of the headquarters. We're in a mad rush to try to see what's happening and trying to help out the attack at the headquarters. They're just moments too late as they see Portal appear one last time, a green portal lighting up the area in the armory, where right before stepping through the reveal of Arkhan the Cruel holding the sword of Palor steps through, and that's where we catch up with our heroes. Let me set the scene. You are in headquarters, downstairs section. There's a special big wide opening doors burst open, and there you stand at the foot of it, looking out into the remains of the armory room. There's guards on the floor still holding on to their sides. There's maybe 3 or 4 or 5 guards on the floor, like hurt yet still moving. A couple of 3 or 4 bodies in black and dark brown robes crumpled on the floor and different forms of disarray, mostly unmoving. There's one crumpled mass in a robe, still like twinging and moaning in the background. There's a couple of what seems to be like bars or windows in the sides that were burst open, and there, as well as a couple of bodies, like just crumpled, ancient-looking bodies. There's still glowing runes around where a couple of explosive runes had detonated. Little bits of fire and smoke, and whatever tables are spilt over, pieces of paper strewn around, ink, a couple of statues knocked over, a wall that normally has decorative swords and things is knocked on the ground with a scattering of swords. There at the entrance with just you two. Behind you is a wizened old guard captain, long reddish hair, dwarf, older looking. Damn it. It's Arkhan the Great, the Cruel, Arkhan the Cruel. He has returned. Suddenly, that crumbled body, a heap of dark clothes starts moving up. Starts moving, and you can see now one of the cultists is still alive, still like crawling towards the center of the room. You're too late. Pulls out like this little vial. Towers Down has awakened, and we will liberate him. Crash it. Grabs his like vial from this chest and crashes it onto the ground, releasing a noxious, dark, and greenish cloud that fumigates the entire area around. I want both of you immediately
Yeah.
to give me a one more another Constitution saving throw.
There.
Oh boy, something's
Ah, yeah, now it works.
Just trying to remember how. Oh, go. Right.
Oh, it just took a while. Okay.
Yeah. No, I was about to say, have I forgotten how this sheet works?
Oh, there it is.
Very first one.
Oh, and one more. Because there is the captain in there as well.
Ooh,
Oh,
you can
he-
use those like that. I had forgotten.
Well, thankfully, Worcester's first roll was fantastic.
Yeah. DC of 13. Let's see.
Yeah.
This is actually no, even with advantage, he's still terrible. Okay, the first thing, let's see, Great Lord.
I
you-
failed. Yeah.
No, you passed with the 15.
No, because it rolled multiple times.
Oh, I see. The first one, 11-4. Okay. So the smoke like fills up the room. The camera zooms in, and it's just like blurred. The music starts flaring. This greenish, blackish thing just like rolls out in small fog, covering the entire floor of the room. When you look back, let's see, both of you still have not had a full resting place. Take a 5. No, it's 10 now. Take 10 points of poison damage, and any future saves or ability checks are with that. Or actually, any ability checks are with a disadvantage.
Do I have any of that?
No, because you failed.
No, I got a
No,
natural
we-
20.
Oh,
Nah.
you got a natural 20. All right,
Yeah,
you come.
for both of us, it rolled multiple times.
Sorry, I'm reading like the last thing, and then I saw 4 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Nope.
With a natural 20, you're able to just like bring up the shield completely, and you can see like the smoke coming up and bouncing off of it. You have zero effect whatsoever.
Yeah, ooh,
Yeah.
0 effect. Nice.
However, you can see the captain bend over and sort of like retching the couple of the guards there on the ground start like and you can see like their eyes start like darkening, and little cracks of like what looks like dark makeup just expand outward, sort of like a yellowish frothy, almost like rabies like drool starts coming out as they start coughing out and then sputter and stop moving. At this point, though, they start
Immediately turning into zombies.
the bodies that were there in the windows. They're now that you get a closer look at them, they are more like half skeleton, half rotted body. They start like lifting up themselves as well. Their eyes are glowing full on red. They start reaching down into the ground and start picking up short sword, a shield, the other ex-guards of yours that are now under this possession start shuffling up and moving forward. The cultist that was on the ground that shattered the vial starts like plumping up. Plop, 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 plop. His body starts expanding. The shirt and the robe just rips. Underneath, you could see like the grayish, old human skin, pale, with bright runes tattooed all over it, just start like glowing red and then start going black as they start ripping apart, and just oozes of blood start coming up. It's fight time. I would like for you to bring up the battle map, please.
We'll bring out the battle map. Ooh, this is looking fancy.
All right,
I was
and
wondering about what this layout was all about. This is actually quite nice. We'll start.
It works very nice when you have the battle map.
Yeah.
It's not as good with the bandit thingy,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, I did the mistake of like, yeah, okay, this is good, nice. Now I can take a nap. Took a nap, and when I woke up, I was like, oh right, we have a bandit thing going on.
Whoops! I knew I'd forgotten something.
oh no, is that what happened?
Yeah, and I have a Photoshop installation, but that installation is on a computer that I gave to my brother, who needed a computer while he's not in the when he's offshore. So the Photoshop is over there,
Okay.
and I have only the one installation because of Yar Har Hidality reasons.
Yeah, Blink, it's not a regulation chessboard. It's more than 8x8.
All right. Well, next. Oops, that's not how that works.
It is now.
It is now, right?
Well, we're turning this into Western chess.
Okay. So let's see what we have here. Fantastic. All right. Let's start off with the usual. Let's roll some initiatives. And let's grab my book.
Book?
Let's
We're
pray
gonna be using a book? Never told me about books.
books. Yeah. I know.
I need to bookmark my spots, actually.
Ooh,
That's actually a better view, I think.
12 for me.
That should do. You can see most of the things.
If he's pulling a book, I'll pull up my own PHP to arm myself.
I'd like to thank, let's see, who's the background this time? The background is by Panjul, and the map is by Hasley. All right.
Oh, you combined the two. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Rolling some initiatives.
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
I have not yet pressed the button.
No,
but
sorry, not 15, 12.
there's my
Oh,
initiative. And it's apparently taking a while.
Yeah, 16.
16.
10 and 14. Okay. So it looks like well, let's get this going here as well. Initiative of 15. So first off is Jericho.
I'm
Actually,
12. Yeah.
Oh, you're 12. I see.
Yeah. Don't ask me what. I'm adding random numbers now.
Jericho, zombies, Great Lord.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Fine.
Skeletons, Great Lord, zombies, and then the occultist who is converted into something else.
Which one is the cultist?
The cultist is in red. He's the most
I
dangerous
can't see
one.
anything. You can
Oh.
see on the screen what colors I can see.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Name. Controlled by DM. Save. No. Let's try this one more time. Controlled by everybody, all players, save.
All right. Okay.
Okay, now we can
There you
spot that. So we
Quick, Wister, take control of his token and fling it out the window.
okay.
The battle music starts up now. This cultist now like blown up a little bit. His face becomes skeletal, scratchy, completely veiled. In fact, he becomes a little bit transparent. His hair goes from black into white, and then just his eyes get sunken and completely black. He gets up, and you can see now, like underneath, he grabs one of the swords nearby. Doesn't even make a sound. Face looks a little bit like that. All right.
Yeah, he's ugly.
Let's move forward. Jericho, you are first. Oh, I got to roll for somebody else. The captain. Oh, he rolled low.
He rolls
But
so
luckily-
very low.
Luckily, let's just do it like this. All right. Jericho, what would you like to do?
This is an excellent question, and I have no serious answers. But since I don't have a serious answer, I go with a regular answer. Time to smite some shit. Which means the paladin is about to go boom boom. Let's see, what was my special ability again? That's not gonna do anything for me. That's not gonna do anything for me. What about that one? No, that's not gonna do anything for me either. So yeah, just head on in and smite some bitches. Let's see. Is there a distance thingy in this? You can see.
Yeah, let's see. Again, we're just kind of a little bit new at this, but let me show you how to do that. There you go. You could do that as well.
How the hell do you do that?
It's the ruler icon.
On the left side.
I don't have a ruler icon on the left side.
You know how you got like the right at the left side there's a row of icons?
Right. Okay, so it's over there. Yeah, okay. So I can go there. Easy enough. I can go next to this guy and smite him, but I need to go through these guys. Well, I'll do it anyway. Over there. It's right next to the red one. And proceed to smite it.
All right, roll it.
Against the red guy, and here's some longsword action. Oh, what is the sort of weapon that the barman gave me? The barkeep. Is it the longsword or is it something else?
Well, what works better for you?
Longsword, obviously.
Longsword it is then.
So,
However, with the longsword, you can use your shield, which lowers your AC.
Well, you
no,
can.
you can one-handed. You can use
It's
longsword
versatile.
one and two-handed.
It's versatile. It just means the damage die drops down if you're using that one-handed.
All right. This is also true.
Uh-huh.
This is
For
true.
some
Just
reason,
giving one to give you the
Roll20
warning.
is taking its sweet time getting the rolls through.
Yeah. Yeah, so with longsword, with it being the versatile weapon, if it's one-handed, it's a 1d8. If it's two-handed, it's 1d10.
Let's
Gotcha.
see if that works. Nope, it doesn't. Oh, now it
Same.
works.
20 million rolls come through.
So
Yeah.
it's apparently there is a lot of lag in the system. So
Well, we'll go with the thing that you just did right now. The 13 plus 7 giving you a total of 20. That hits.
right.
Go ahead and click the damage. Yeah, apparently there is a lot of lag right now.
Do you mind rolling me 1d8 plus 4 for the damage, please? Oh, and add me 1d8 for a smite. I'm going to use a first level spell slot on that. So 2d8 plus 4 damage, please.
All right, so I did 1d8 plus 4.
Oh, I was just saying that if you roll it with your regular dice, you might actually get the results faster.
I have literally one die.
Okay, fair
This
enough.
is all I ever use. This right here is my
GM screen.
GM screen. Yeah.
That is pretty creative. I need to steal that. Right, fair enough. So I will be doing my personal rolling if using Roll20 anyway. It seems to be a bit laggy. So that's 1d8. Oh, let me just roll the extra d8 of damage. And it's rolling the dice. It's annoyingly slow. It's like everybody's playing Roll20 on Saturday.
14, 18 damage. Total.
18 damage.
18 damage.
Too shy of maximum.
All right, so you smited, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This takes one of your spell slots away as well, and your sword comes out. It lights up briefly, bright white, almost the same exact color as what was Pelor's sword earlier that was taken on the screen. It shines with a bright white as it hits, almost like a flash. The screen flashes, special effects go off, the lights light up a bright yellow and orange. A big old slice cuts across, and the slice on the body shows up as almost like a white cauterized, and then slowly turns black and dissipates. You can see it did ridiculous amounts of damage. 18. All right. Anything else? That's one action, one attack.
You've got. Can you do an extra attack booster?
Yes, I can. I should be able to do an extra attack. So I'm gonna click this.
Paladin's level 5, 2 attacks.
Yes. And it's only a 10, so.
A mere 10. Misses.
No.
All right. Next up, these two skeletons start coming in. One attacking you, and this guy going to attack you.
Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Sure. Stuff is happening. All right, well, let's resolve the first attack on you then. One of these shuffling skeletons, and you can see now they're almost like you recognize when you were taking your shortcut across the cemetery, there was people fighting there. You could see now that these undead bodies had come in crashing from the window. First one picks up the sword. Yeah, that hits. Dealing you a massive hitting you with a total of 5 damage against you, Feng.
Well, täytyy selvitä sitten pimeämmässä tämä. Siis toista, kun se on jäätynyt.
Let's see. I think this one here, this other zombie shuffles, gets up, picks this zombie here. It's a skeleton. Grabs one of the weapons scattered across the floor. Gets up and starts going at you, seeing as you're distracted. Rolls, and that hits as well. Swiping you, Jericho. The sword catching you and giving you an additional 5 points of slashing damage.
Oh, sorry about my sudden disappearance. Turns out my light was on fire.
You're what?
My one of my my lights. So you notice I'm a bit in the dark compared to previously.
Yeah.
That's because I decided to turn off the power before the fire spreads.
The fuck?
Well, it was not actually on fire, but it was burning some sort of dust from its surface because it's such a strong light. So there was a scent of fire, and might have actually caught on fire sooner or later.
Yeah.
Had to
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
it off, and
Yeah.
probably gonna have to replace it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The roof is on fire.
So, I got some damage. How much and from where?
Five
Five.
points of damage from the skeleton. Feng, it is your turn.
5 points of damage from skeleton.
Okay.
Dang.
I'm gonna. So I just feel the piercing from the short sword, and I just jerk myself away. Feng jerks himself away, and then sweeps down into a kick for his first attack.
Well, let's see if yours rolls a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
Natural 1.
And
Wait.
then
Let's stop right there.
yeah.
You rolled a natural 1. What
Yes.
what would you like to have happened?
I think I basically some of my blood has spilled onto the floor, and as I'm like trying to do the sweep, the other foot that's actually planted just catches the blood and actually slips on it and actually spills me.
You're flat on your back, your leg kicking up straight up into the air. You hit your head, cut to like your point of view as the on the floor, the camera sees you smacking really hard. Cut to your point of view now. You get up, the camera is tilted, and as you get up, everything's kind of like blurry and slowly, and you hear that wah, wah, almost like a concussion where everything sounds muffled and everything's blurry. Take your next attack with disadvantage. Your next further attacks with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. So it's literally just kind of like on a knee. I'm literally just striking with the fist, at the kind of like at the. These are fully skeleton. Is there no like? Is there any like muscle left or anything like that, or is there?
They've got mostly it's just ribs, bones. They have a little bit of clothing in tatters. A little. Some of them have like half bits of rotting meat. Here's a nice little picture for y'all.
Right. Okay. I'll be basically aiming for the hip. There.
Fantastic. Roll it. Disadvantage.
12 on the disadvantage.
Just barely misses. Barely. Do you have any key points left? Again, you had your full rest, so you all of your...
well, not the full rest.
No. You had a short rest.
A short rest, yeah, which allowed me to regain my key points there.
2 attacks. You have a bonus and movement. However, because you fell on the floor, your movement is
half.
Is half.
Yeah, it's still.
No,
25.
let's. I only want to give you one thing. So because I gave you disadvantage on your next attack, that's fine. You have your full movement.
Okay.
I hate to pile on negative stuff.
It's either that or I could try and use
Your further attacks. Your further attacks. It's cleared up. Now your further attacks are regular.
I think I just kind of go in a rage and I kind of spring up and I just go into a flurry of blows there.
Absolutely.
So like, first one is like coming in like that, with then another like a jump and spin into a kick.
Fantastic. Roll them.
So for the first one, come on. So they should be coming through.
22. Hits. Roll the damage.
And 25.
Both hit. Roll the damage. Nice.
It's just
Roll the first one first. The first damage first.
Yeah, that's come through. That's 9 damage on that one.
9 damage. Let's see. Hang on 1 second. It's actually when you hit him on his head, the bones snap. They seem to be weak to bludgeoning damage because they're bones. So the first attack is actually 12 plus 3 is 15. 15. The first with that first punch, just smack. You knock his head clean off. With the second punch, you hit him square in the chest, and it almost splits it in half, where the bone, the scapula and the rib cage just breaks past, and it's just there it splits in half and then just falls onto the ground motionless. The sword clatters on the ground. Action bonus movement.
I'm gonna do my movement and. All right.
So this guy is out of the picture.
Yep. I just kind of want to have a look around. Is there anything?
Roll a perception.
Yep. What I'm looking for is any quarterstaffs or.
Oh yeah. Well, roll it. 13. That's pretty good. Yeah, there's this rack right here?
Yeah.
There's quarter staffs. Actually no, that's mostly crossbows. Right here there is a quarter staff. In fact, I'm just gonna draw you something for it. Nope. I didn't like that at all.
You might want to do the free form.
There you go, right there. Boom.
Right, okay. Yeah, so I'll move over towards that.
Got it. The captain hold. Oh, as this is happening, it's finally clears up. What in the hell? What the heck is happening here? Help! Help! And he goes in and he starts he sees this zombie right up ahead and takes this big old running leap with his axe. And the cut to the camera where the axe just scrolls straight through, cut to the other side of the back of the zombie itself, and it splits open, revealing on the other side the captain. Yeah, mother, I'm gonna kill you again. This zombie here is cut a little bit in half. Let's roll it. Oh yeah, and takes a total of that much damage. No, blah blah blah. Okay, takes a total of 10 damage. Is split quite open in half. Still standing, however. Cut to this. Let's see. The rest of the zombies start moving in. This one here. This one starts moving forward as well. This one here starts moving in as well. And you can see that they're starting to try to surround Jericho. Shit. Here we go. It's the zombies' turns. Let's see. Zombies were just moving. Zoom. The captain hit. The bad guy. First thing he does, since he's like that section here is bleeding, he reaches out one hand towards you, and it starts glowing black and reddish. You can see like little bits of smoke transferring out from your body as you could feel like it's trying to leech the actual life force from you. Ooh, that rolls. That hits. 16 plus.
Yeah. Build high AC character. Enemy hits anyway. every attack. I have the greatest AC.
Wait, actually, well, let's see. It's 16 plus.
It's probably more than 2, so it hits.
Yeah, 16 plus 4 is a 19. 19. You get
16
hit
plus
for a total.
4 is 20.
Yeah. For a total of 20, you get hit for another 5 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, no resistance to that.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw of 13 or higher.
Yes, I did. It's 50.
Fantastic. You could feel like the life force being sucked away from you. In which case, the white gets an extra. And you could see like the wounds on this monster, on this ex-cultist, start to heal up a little bit. And then with that, he smiles, reaches down onto the ground, pulls out a sword, and starts taking one more swipe at you. Who attacks again? For those in the audience, this is now a white, W-I-G-H-T as the monster. 12 plus 4 is 16.
Which is not enough.
When he was doing that, he just backed up like a little bit, and you could feel the life force stopping. That's when he tries to
and which is just enough time to take the shield up in the proper position.
King. Top of the round.
Dun,
Top
dun,
of the round.
dun.
Crash. Another one of those skeletons starts popping in from the windows. One more pops out of the windows. Here and here. At this point, they're just flooding in. Jericho, it is your turn.
Well, this thing is getting serious. I don't think I'm going to have what it takes to fight this fight. There's too many enemies. But I'm not going to be the first one to leave. Not here. Not now. So, bringing the sword up on the shield and stabbing it, sliding it over the shield, just so it stops not going too far. So I can bring it back quickly, but still can use maximum force. Have the handle, not the handle, the arm guard hit and stop itself. So, first attack is going to be a miss.
With the 12, yes. Against the white? What are you aiming at? Are you aiming at a zombie?
The white.
The white? Just a little bit misses, yes.
So that leads to then, when it clashes, swing around over the top of the head and do a white swing at the white, hoping to actually hit the poor thing. No, not the poor thing. The unfortunate thing. And here we go. Another 12. God damn it. Great Lord, you stole my 22. Why?
Sorry.
It seems like the actual like presence of the face just looks as you're doing that.
I'm just adding the quarterstaff to my inventory. That's all.
His like mouth has turned into like whatever bits of like normal teeth have turned into fangs, as his teeth are like some rotting out, falling out. Every time he like opens it up, a noxious, evil smell of like graveyard hits you in the face. Cut to skeletons crashing through the windows, starting to advance forward. The captain starts getting surrounded. This one starts, knocking over things. This zombie's still in place. Let's go for this one for the captain, and this one coming over to you. The one on the captain, that hits. Captain gets. You can see one of the captain as he's got his axe there, just hits in the shoulder. Pulls out his axe, turns around, and starts swiping at whatever skeleton's behind them. As you're bending down to pick up your bow, there's a running, screaming skeleton with sword coming over straight at you, making a major attack at you. Let's see, it rolls a 7, probably gonna miss. 7 plus 4 is 11. Yeah. AC is way too low for that. All right. That was Jericho, Skeletons, Feng. You're up.
So I've gotten...
hang on. I think there's one skeleton here attacking on Wooster. On Jericho. 7 misses. You're now like completely surrounded. You're like fending off with your shield. Another one of these little skeletons just comes by, smacks, and you're able to put up your shield in time. Ching! And quickly, just the camera is just you as you're like turning, finding off 3 of them. Feng, you are up.
So, looking behind himself, Feng sees the skeleton that's coming up behind him. He's up next to the quarterstaff. He just uses his foot to flick the quarterstaff into the air.
Nice, free action.
Yeah, catches it and just swings it around his head to bring it down onto the skeleton behind him.
You're gonna to this one here?
There's this one here.
Yeah, that one there. Absolutely. Boom. Hit it. Roll it. That hits.
Okay. Down. Bloody hell. I'm wielding it two-handed, so that's the second die roll there.
1d8?
Yeah, it's the 1d8.
Got it. 1d8. So it's a 4 total, really? You don't add any pluses to it?
Whoops, that's the one thing I forgot to add. Sorry. 1d8, it's then my dex. I add. Yeah, +3. That's one thing I forgot to add to it.
So it's +3. So it's bludgeoning damage. Skeletons are really weak to bludgeoning. So right off the bat, whatever you hit, like bits of bone just start popping out. You did a massive hit for a total of, on the first one, for a total of 8, 12 plus 11 points of damage on the first skeleton. Still standing off after the first hit.
So
I'm still standing.
Better than I ever been.
So basically I've brought around quarterstaffs like that there. So I just snap it around over the head just to hit it on the other side. Just as it can like the skeleton says it can like go, it then just gets
in slow motion you could see the staff just hit and go. His skeletal jaw like falls apart.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so let's roll for what? There. Come on. 18 for that one.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's going to be a 10 for the damage.
A 10, absolutely. In slow motion, it just continues. The jaw dislocates goes in one direction. The head snaps off. It starts like rolling off in another direction. Whatever's left is just the skeleton holding a sword, headless, bits of bone, and then just like bit by bit just crumples.
Uh-huh.
The cut to the skull on the ground, rolls, and is just facing forward.
Uh-huh.
The eyes slowly start dimming from red to dark. It is no more. Bonus actions and movement.
Movement. So this is what I'm going to do is... How much space is between the crossbows on this rack?
How much who? What?
See on these racks?
Yeah.
How much space is between them?
There's enough. What do you need it to do?
If there's enough space, I'm going to try and Jackie Chan myself through the space in the racks. There.
Do it. Do it now. Did you fail your poison?
Yes, I have. Mm-hmm.
All right. Roll me an acrobatics.
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
Okay. Eight. Ugh.
You're able to just get past.
Okay.
Oh, with disadvantage, 8.
Yeah.
You're able to get past the first one, but you get like stuck a little bit here.
All right. Okay. I still have to like 25. I've got like 50 movement. Yeah.
Then you could keep on going then.
Yeah. So it's like it's just that massive, like, you just see that attempt to just kind of jump and like slide into, no, doesn't work. So he ends up just going.
He tries it, and both of the weapons things just fall to the ground, scattering more things. Jericho, this area now here becomes this is gonna be fun because of your low roll. This section right here becomes difficult terrain.
Doesn't affect me.
It just means movement is a little bit harder. All right. Where would you like to go?
I will be coming on to the side there.
Okay.
Because just confirming that's Jericho there.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll then be using my actual key
You're on
point.
top of one of the zombies, so.
I'll be using the key point to go into flurry of blows, and it's just me snapping. I'm literally just snapping off, launch strikes. Yeah.
All right. Against who? Which target?
The
zombie or the zombie or the white?
Oh no, it'll be against zombie. It's not going to be the quarterstaff. It's me. So like the quarterstaff's like held behind my back, and it's just with the bare hand that's striking that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Question: held behind with what?
I'm holding the quarterstaff with the one hand. I'm just using my hand. No, if I'm not making it clear, fair enough.
Hits. Do you have another attack?
Yeah, I'm doing
Roll
the
it now.
flurry of blows there.
Fantastic. Both hit.
And let's just wait to roll. So 4 and then 7 there.
4 and 7. Another 11 points of damage on this guy here.
And it's bludgeoning against zombies, so nothing special.
That is correct. So his is going to be 11 out of
unknown number.
Undisclosed amount.
Yes.
However, with those massive punches, pop, you could see like big bruises as like you just make super dents into the actual flesh, and just black ooze starts coming out. He starts moving at like half speed. Cut to Feng, zombies. Zombies all are gonna attack. The one you just hit. The one that you hit is still trying to attack Jericho. Slam into him, and then with those like completely whiffs as he turns around to look at you. These two zombies over here are starting to go after the captain. The captain's just there holding the back. What the hell are you? Smack! Swiping. One of them here manages to encircle and like grab onto the captain as the other one like takes a big old swipe, and it manages to hit him across the face and neck, leaving jagged red marks as the captain screams out in pain. Ah! And you see like both of them seem to like grapple and surround him. This one here, this other zombie that's here on the ground, sees you and takes one massive swipe at you, Fang. 17. You take a total of. He's able to hit you from behind as he moves behind and starts attacking you. You're taking a total of 4 damage from 4 bludgeoning damage from this zombie here. And
Just
with advantage because your flank doesn't do anything special. All right. Let's see. Next is the captain. The captain's going to try to break free and push the other two off. Oh, absolutely. The one that seems to have grappled him, he's able to like fend him, with a big old flurry, pushes the two out, grabs that axe and just turns around and swipes that one that was cut in half, that skeleton that was cut in half, that zombie that was cut in half, just takes one last swipe and completely removes him from the board, leaving one-on-one with a zombie and a skeleton. Cut to the white, now enraged and full of power, starts glowing red. Starts seeing you, Feng. Feng takes out that same hand, and this reddish, darkish smoke starts twirling towards you, and as it enters in your face and its nose, that hits. You take a total of you can feel like 5 points of necrotic damage as your face turns pale. And you can feel like whatever little bits of like blood from your previous right here where you had the rash starts bleeding over again, and you can see his eyes turn red. And that gash that the Jericho had crossed again starts like healing up almost fully. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
For myself. Okay. Oh god, no.
Oof. Your max HP pool gets lowered by 5.
Is that temporarily or is that
For
permanent?
now.
For now.
Who knows? Who knows?
Right. Okay.
After that, he sees that you're weaker. Takes that other hand. Takes one massive swipe at you. Oh, that hits. Fantastic.
Fang might be going down.
Yes. You take a total of 5 damage. What's your HP at right now?
3.
Before or after the damage?
No, that's it now after the damage.
Okay.
That's their turn. Jericho, it is your turn.
Jericho goes like, hey, leave my partner alone. The fight is with me. swacking at the white with the longsword. And missing. That's a natural
With a
one.
natural one. What would
it
you
was
like
natural
to have
one
happen?
and natural 20. God damn it! Why weren't you the other way around?
What would you like to have happened?
Hopefully not
Oh,
stabbing your partner.
Oh, no. He raises his shield, and as he raises his shield, he hits down just the right way that when the strike comes down, he forgets to take the shield down and hits the shield, breaking the shield off, and it falls on the ground instead.
Clattering all over the ground. Your AC is now lowered by whatever the shield is until your next turn that you pick it up.
Yep. You're
You're now holding the sword with two hands.
It's like,
or you may pick it up.
Yeah. Well, I take a hold with the other hand and go like, well, this ain't gonna get any worse. With both hands, going for the kill. Hopefully, 13.
13 misses.
Ah, damn. And as a bonus action, I'm going to use this first level spell, Compel a Duel.
Oh boy.
That is... I had it open just a moment ago.
That's
Okay.
all of the guys in
Nope, that's different. This is a first level spell. The other one was a class ability. This is a spell,
Gotcha.
and you attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature that you can see within range must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Fantastic.
On a
Which one?
failed, so the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you. And must make Wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds on its saving throw, the spell doesn't restrict the movement, blah blah blah. So it's first Wisdom saving throw if it works or not. I do believe my save DC is 14.
What do you throw it against?
Wisdom against 14.
Against who? Which target?
The white.
Fails. As you say, as you do it, like the bright lights, and you his cut to his eyes is like what normally are dark and then black, like twinkle, and sort of like start glowing a sort of yellowish, the same aura that you're blowing out, and his head just squeakily turns.
Fight me, you bitch.
Cut to you holding the thing menacingly. Top of the round. Jericho, what would you like to do?
Wasn't that my turn?
Yeah. Wait, that was Jericho. Yeah, correct. Sorry. I missed it around. Skeletons. Let's see. There's this skeleton here fighting against you. Miss. There is this skeleton here fighting against the captain. Miss.
Goodness.
And I think there's only 2 skeletons left right now. So we're good to go. Let's see. Skeletons. Feng, it is your turn.
Right, I'm going to lay the law down onto the zombie that has been nipping at my bloody ankle or whatever he's been doing.
Remember,
there.
there's two of them here. We're right on top of another one, and another one's like flanking you.
Right, so I think it's like what I'm going to do is with the quarterstaff, I'm going to fend off the one that's trying to flank me. Okay. So I'm just going to snap off 2 sharp jabs with the quarterstaff. There.
One of them's already pretty hit, so
So,
against the zombies, 13 hit.
alright, okay.
So both attacks hit.
Okay.
So, by the way, let's pause right there for a second.
Yeah.
You see how you rolled a 19 and a natural 26?
Yeah.
And you see how underneath it's 4 plus 1 or 11 plus 3?
Mhm.
So I think what that is that shows you the plus 1 of it is whatever the natural 20 would allow you to roll an extra die of damage. That's why you see it. So if I was to include the natural 20, it would be a total of 12. Instead, it's only at an 11.
Yeah. So it's the D8 one, so it's the 11 hit for that one. And then
with that one attack, this one zombie here, this you're able to completely just swipe its head up. Crack him in the head to the point that like he backs up, tumbles into the swords, the clattered weaponry. That's difficult terrain, falls onto his back and gets impaled by something, leaving just one more of this, which you could use your other hit against as well if you want to.
So I just like do that and then just swing it down to the one that's actually at my feet.
Yes.
And do the 10 damage on him there. How is he reacting to that? Is he still getting up?
The first you knocked out one of the zombies.
Yep. I'm talking about the second one.
The second one, that guy is still standing fully well.
I'm then going to do my next. I'm just going to spin a key point. Do flurry of blows there, and it's just going to be 2 kicks.
Got it.
So it's just going to be like so. Is he actually on the floor, or is he kind of standing up?
He's kind of standing up.
Right, so it's going to be a jump up, and it's a spin and hit with the right foot, land on the right foot, and then spin around back in the reverse direction and whip out the left foot.
Fantastic. Roll it. And here you are, like, ooh. Pretty out of breath. You're just struggling. You're already like cut and bruised and all that. Pop against a zombie. 12's hit. 10 does not.
All right. So that one's going to be 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Still standing, but quite dramatically hurt. The captain still swinging out with his battle axe is able to take out this one skeleton as bones just get splattered against a wall, and takes both of his attacks against the skeleton. These 2 zombies now are starting to swarm in on the captain, and he's just trying to fend them off. Cut to the White's turn. The White is now fully engaged with Jericho. Starts floating a little bit off the ground and starts floating a little bit towards you. One hand extended. One hand is extended, and you realize what's coming now, that same type of slow, leaky smoke extraction goes towards your body. And you're able to just like step around where he's aiming.
Swept the hand away with my sword.
Takes that one other handed sword and takes one massive swipe across. Misses as well, as now sword against sword. The 2 are clashing against as he leans in closer. Darkish, yellowish, brackish teeth exude this like smell, and the cut to the close up of your face as your hair just gets blasted back, little bits of spittle as you're like, ugh. Top of the round, Jericho. it's your turn.
I'm going to swipe left, and then I'm going to swipe right.
Roll him.
Right or white?
I'm going to swipe to the left and then to the right.
Have you seen
Close to the
Blankies,
left,
Coleman?
close to
Yes,
the
I
right.
did.
Nice.
D- 15.
Hits.
15
Hits.
hits. Nice. Give me 2d extra, 2d8 extra damage on that. Thank you very much. Because I'm gonna use a second level spell slot on this. So that's 11 plus 3.
What a bummer.
Yeah,
13.
that's a letdown.
However, you don't. However, with that again, it just flashes bright white and cuts straight across, making like almost like a T section against the other side. It's still glowing bright white, and it slowly fades away, almost like like the cauterized wound turns from white and little by little starts turning pink and then black, and it just oozes open. His chest starts to like split open and rip open, and you could see a little bit of like the beating heart.
And as the bleeding heart is in the wheel, continue the swipe with the cutting action, back around and straight down from the upwards for the second swing.
The camera just shows like a white laser, laser light.
Back down and then jump on with both feet like.
Roll it.
14.
Hits.
Nice. That's 9 points of damage, so not as impressive as I would have thought, but...
Here's the thing.
Oh. Can I use another spell? Can I
You
use
can
two
use
spells?
if you have one more smite. You can.
I
go ahead and
have
use it.
1d8 smites still left. So, I'm going to use that. 1d8. You were going to say that it's gonna be dead, but I'm gonna overkill this one. And this smite is even stronger than the last one. God damn! Like, the sword moves to shining and straight down, up, down.
He tries to bring up the sword to block it. Did you roll for the to see if it hit?
Yeah, it hit, and the smite is just extra damage.
Yeah.
So it's total of 14 points of damage.
Total of 14 points of damage.
5 points of which is radiant.
All right. So a total of so it's 9 plus Interesting. I don't see it on the thing, but I'll take your word for it. It comes out at a total of minus. He's still standing. You realize that every time that he's used that life force, his heels are wounding up. It's still standing there a little bit, and go ahead.
What's the action to pick up the shield?
It's a free action.
Okay, I'll pick it up.
It's a free action to pick up anything off of the ground. If something, if you have to unsheathe or load something, that takes a total action, or sometimes a bonus action, depending on if I do it. You pick up the shield. The skeletons start moving in again. Here. This one here starts attacking you as well. Skeleton against the captain hits. The captain's just being swarmed from all sides. The skeleton goes up against you. 13. I think that's going to be. It goes against you, Jericho. Misses. Feng, it is now your turn.
Right. I still have that zombie to deal with. There. So, draw back the quarterstaff. I am just gonna take a step in, and it is literally just ram the one end of that quarterstaff right into the midsection of the zombie.
Roll it. He's pretty close. I mean, he's damaged pretty badly. Oof.
11.
Close against a zombie, but not quite there.
So it's like potentially it's like I get it against it, but it's like kind of got hold. So I then just flip the other end of the quarterstaff to come in and hit him on the head.
Got it. Absolutely. Boom.
18.
Don't even need to roll the damage with that smack. You're able to like when you hit him the first time, he grabs his one hand and grabs a thing with the other portion of it. You're able to hit him with the other end of the quarterstaff on top of his head, knocking him into a pile onto the ground.
Yep.
2 attacks, bonus and movement left.
I going to then move behind the white there, and then just go into my flurry of blows.
Roll with advantage. You've been flanked.
Steal.
It's me being the hero, bitch. Despite being injured. All right. Unarmed strike. So 20. Not natural though. Damn. So that's going to be 9 bludgeon there.
Against the white. All right, that's 9.
And 25 for the AC on the second one.
Both hit.
Yeah. 9 and 8.
So, your fists are punching, and you could feel it hitting like the flesh. It feels like you're punching sausages, and the flesh just like squeezes in. Because it's bludgeoning damage with an unmagical weapon, it has resistance against attacks. So, you realize it's not just penetrating. Jericho's smite is pretty much been so far the only thing that's been penetrating because of its lack of resistance. It becomes instantly magical the second you swipe. Any attack that you would have made without smite would have been halved. You two now, all of your punches, they're not hitting as strong as they seem to.
Okay. I know what I'm going to have to hit him with next, and I only have 1 key point to do it.
Top of the round. The white leans back. He says some, like you can see like little bits of like the runes have now faded. There's like a certain tattoo runics. They all of a sudden start glowing. He looks up into the sky. Starts glowing reddish. The whole aura around it starts turning blackish. The whatever torchlight and flame still in the corners just starts like fluttering as the other zombies start picking up their second wind. The skeletons start getting their second wind as well.
Excuse me, wasn't I in this top of the round?
No, top of the top. It's not. It's the white's turn, and then it's top of the round.
Okay, you said top of the round, so I was confused.
I'm combining it too. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, it's the white's turn. Whatever like zombies and skeletons that you had knocked onto the ground starts like lifting up again, picking up their second wind from his primal roar. At which point, with this other secondary attack, you could start seeing his hand starts lifting up, starts glowing red, starts crackling energy. You could feel an area of effect, a spell starting to happen around this entire area as the camera cuts to the ground, and you could see like the ground starts shaking. Little bits of dust start floating right by your boots. Everything starts turning a certain change of red. The musical background swells up. Cut to the camera of the white, evilly ready to pounce and send off one last attack as the glow on the red starts like showing red, and red when he's about to like slam it onto the ground. A bright light appears, illuminates, turning away the pink and the reddish and the black light. Cut to on the other side, you see from over here, the entrance on the where everybody was coming in. An elegant lady, elfish, golden hair, bright green eyes, dressed in a long flowing purple robes with gilded with gold around trim around everywhere, holding a long staff, and at the end of it, just a bright ball of like light that just starts. She's aiming it towards the camera, saying words. Morbidius expelliarmus. It glows brighter, yellowish white light. Cut to the face on the white, just like starting to like the light just hitting, and it's starting to sizzle and burn. As it backs up, just disintegrating down to flesh, ripping off, bone ripping off, smoke just trailing bits of steam and smoke. The same thing towards the actual zombies and skeletons. Everything's just like trying to block the light. The camera zooms in one more time at the staff as she's stepping forward. Morbitium expellerianus. It lights up one more time. Cut to. The entire screen is glowing bright white. You yourselves have to like block the light from your eyes as the white starts dissipating. Everything goes back to normal. When the camera cuts to again, all of the zombies, all of the skeletons are left in a, and even the white is left in a smoldering pile of like bones and rags and bits of clothing, and it's just like bits of smoke still left up. Fighting is over.
Kill steal.
Captain Holt. What was that? What the hell? Cut to you guys.
I'm literally, things got part of his, his garb just up to his mouth, and he's just coughing up blood. And
at this point, Jericho lays a hand on his back and says, "Heal, baby." And that's 10 hit points for him.
As he touches you, you can see like a sort of bright yellowish glow, almost like sunlight, emanate from his hand, and wherever it touches, that whole area lights up bright white. And as the camera looks in, you could see whatever like slash where the zombie had hit you, it was now was purple and bleeding. The blood flow stops, and the purple dissipates to a sort of yellowish post bruise, and you feel better, obviously.
Just reconfirming, how many hit points was that?
Let's make it 15. Be generous.
Yeah, you are being generous. It's like Feng. It's like he's just clutching on the quarterstaff, and he just sags to his knees. That was close.
Indeed. Good job, kiddo. We'll make a cup out of you yet.
At this point, the The elfish lady in the purple robes steps forward and brings down her staff down. Sunlight spell. It's a good thing I had it packed. Halt, Captain. Are you okay? Yeah. Thanks, Allura. What was that? It's what I thought. The minions of Arkhan are using demonic and possession, as well as raising the dead. They're raising an army. Then she turns and looks at both of you. You two, what is your name?
Jericho dear. At your service, lady.
Pulling himself up with a quarterstaff. Feng, my lady, and he bows.
I'm Mistress Allura, headmaster of the Pansophical Arcana Pansophical. Captain, it appears we have more of these undead to clean up. Is everything fine here? No. Arkhan, he took Pelor's sword and disappeared. This is not good news indeed. The captain turns his attention. Feng, Jericho, I thought I told you you were under suspension. What are you doing here?
Saving your life. You're welcome.
No. This is another one of those cases where you're disrespecting and my orders, my direct orders. I said, the next time I see you anywhere in the business of my cases, I'd arrest you on the spot. I'm arresting you on the spot. At which point, like, a couple more guards start coming in. Captain, everything all right? And you can see now Francis and Bacon. Francis being a little shorter, like another one of those dwarves, and followed by an ogre, really tall. Captain, everything okay? Yeah, Captain. How's everything going? Feng, Jericho. Captain Holt, I want these two arrested. Yeah, Captain, with my pleasure. They start coming in. They start coming in. Weapons down. Feng, Jericho, still holding your quarterstaff and your sword.
I drop the quarterstaff and I go, Francis, I don't need a quarterstaff because compared to you, I'm an entire arsenal.
Is that right? Captain, permission to treat them rough. No. Just go through their belongings. I want all the weapons taken away from them. And you, I want you to escort them down to the dungeons. We'll deal with you later. We got a lot of big mess to clean up. At which point, like 3 or 4 of them starts surrounding you. Reaching in and like removing like your sword, bits of armor, going through your pockets, pulling out your bag of coins, whatever monies and things that you had, and also
the badge that was missing.
What is your passive stealth, Feng?
What, my passive perception, you mean?
No. Just your stealth. What your passive stealth is? It's 10 plus whatever your stealth is.
All right. So my actual stealth is 6, so 16.
I rolled a 17 on my investigation. They're going through both of your pockets. Badges, Captain. They had their badges still on them. Yeah. Give me those. Feng, Jericho. One of these lays, you're gonna learn that you have to follow the rules. You just can't be doing whatever you want. There are consequences for your actions. Take them down. I don't want to see their faces right now.
Consequences like losing your life.
At which point, as soon as you say that, Bacon showed up and just like uses his elbow, knocks you in the back of the head.
The captain went for a divorce.
At which point, the captain flares a look at you. Allura, Captain, we don't have time for this. Her hand passes in front of the camera. It sparkles a little bit. I need both of you to give me one more Constitution saving throw. Feng, you have, because you're still under the poison effect, with disadvantage.
Yeah. Of course, then. Yeah, I definitely failed that. No matter what I rolled, I definitely failed that.
This is very important. What's your total HP at the moment for both of you?
Mine is 25.
Mine's 18.
18, 25, the total of 30, 43. Fantastic. As she passes her arm forward, cut to like both of your faces. Your eyes starts twinkling. The camera, cut to your point of view, the camera starts like fading out and starting to turn darker, and then starts fading to black as both of you pass out onto the floor. The screen.
Is that a sleep effect?
Yes.
I'm immune.
That's why I was. Huh?
I'm immune.
Half elf.
You're immune, and you're struggling. See. What about you, Feng?
I'm not. I'm half orc. The elves can't be magically put to sleep. Same with half.
And you could see like your cut to your like Feng just like crumbles onto the floor and just starts snoring.
Actually, so does Jericho. I roll deception.
Roll it.
14.
A 14. You're gonna need a 15 for this. Passive perception of the captain. It doesn't matter. Seen it as well, you know what? With the 14.
Captain did fail his saving throw, so he has a negative on his passives.
Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of other people here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, with that you crumple onto the ground. You can see right. They finished taking your stuff. Cut to both of you still being carried. Both of you with those special manacles that are just wrapping themselves around your things before your back, behind your back as you're being carried single-handedly on you, especially Jericho being a little bit single-handedly. On the shoulder.
Can
Bacon? Go ahead.
Can I, while they are handcuffing us, since they assume I'm asleep, I apply my own special handcuffs on me. So when they're like, "Oh, I already did this one," and instead of their handcuffs, I have my own.
No, because
Yeah.
they stripped all of your stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Bacon, big orc, and it's bigger than Feng. I got him, Captain. We'll take him down to the dungeons immediately. Yeah, come on. They're gonna be very, very popular with the crowd. No, Captain. No. Put him in isolation. I want to deal with him afterward. Screen starts fading dark. It's at this point that we're gonna take our break.
We will be back in at 50 past. Oh, 10 to.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, 9 minutes. So, see you guys soon. Oh, I still should make a in the mission screen for this, but we'll be learning Babylon 5 stuff again. Bye. Oh, hello, ladies and gents. We are almost back. Carlos is still enjoying his midstream snack, so we're just here to do some chatter.
Yeah.
So apparently, John, you were telling me about something?
Oh yeah. Yes. There's a gentleman on YouTube has been over the last year or so has been taking some of our exploits in the Babylon project and stitching them together, like mainly our running gags. And we had came across it like a while ago. Wooster had put one of the videos up, and I just noticed, oh, there's even more videos now. I have not been aware of them. So some of them I'm like looking at the title and I'm trying to figure out what is the gag.
Can you link that into the Twitch chat and maybe do the Roll20 so somebody can steal that?
Yeah. I'll just put it up right now. That's his channel. I don't know who does it.
That sounds fascinating.
I'll put it on Discord, sir.
So somebody's taken the art that we've created and made different art from that.
Yes.
Well, it's just it's more like we more like clip shows of like our kind of running gags and all that.
Even that is nowadays considered an art.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm for it.
Yeah, I'm impressed because you think about we're now onto our third season of the Babylon project. Most of the seasons are like 20 odd, getting up to 20 odd eps, and those are now at least from 2 to 3 hours long, depending on some sessions got cut short due to technical issues there. That's a lot of fucking material to go through just to put.
Holy moly, yeah, there is.
Just for them to put like okay, so like some of the episodes are like 20 or 30. If they're all running if that's the running gags there, that's a lot of material he has to shift through to actually find the running. Also, just shows how we keep returning to stuff.
There's 20 different videos out of our 40 videos, so
yeah,
I'm cool. Hey, listen, we're gonna watch them. They'll probably be cool. Feel free to message us on the.
Yeah,
we should send them a message. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
I'm going to subscribe that.
All right, yeah, totes. Speaking of which, well, we wanted to do this afterward, but we'll need to put this week's and last week's onto the YouTubes. Is that right? Or save them?
What? This episode and the previous episode. Yeah. I'm on it. I just I'm lazy.
No, you've been doing a lot. I mean, look what you did with the background. By the way, that was fantastic. I hope that combat went good. Went well.
The combat was okay.
I was starting to think, is Feng going to drop here?
Yeah, I wanted to drop you so badly. I had a timer though before how long before Allura comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Allura comes in just in the nick of time.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect timing.
As is everything. Well, thank you for giving me a few extra minutes to chow down on my peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's half edible.
In America, that's high cuisine.
Actually, World War One made it. World War One and World War Two made that famous. Concord grape jelly was a quickly manufactured thing, so they could high density food, so you could feed the troops on it. Peanut butter, same thing. The recipe, it was just an easy thing to feed the troops. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Past World War II, when they returned, they were like, "Hey, we all want." Actually, World War One, they're like, "Hey, we all want PBJs," and that became an Americanism food. I did history searching on why peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are good for you.
I can't stand peanut butter, so I have a problem with it.
Peanuts are packed in nutritious, good dense oils, essential oils, and lots of protein.
So if you like vaccines, you can't take them because there's essential oils in them.
Essential oils, nice.
Essential oils and vaccines do not mix. We have learned this from Karen.
Yeah.
On that note, what is a group of Karens called?
Oh, I know this one.
What is it?
It's a privilege of Karens.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, we're back in. We're minutes behind.
Yeah, we're definitely 2 minutes behind, but we're enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
Faden. You find yourselves in a dark dungeon, jail cells below at the headquarters. The walls around are all massive bricks about this size, old, withered, up against the wall. Around the corners, there's a few sconces and torchlets up against the wall, very much similar to what you see in the back over here.
It's like you chose that image on intention.
It's almost like that happens, yeah. To help the audience and help the whole imagination. Here at Tabletop Theater, we spare no expense at our special effects. Rusted metal bars up against one of the bars hold you in. Maybe it's a 20 by 20 foot cell. Usually there's more. It allows for more people in there, but this particular cell is just you two. There's not even a bed. There's more like a slop bucket filled with slop. No bed. There's a hay and hay with a tattered old cotton thick blanket that's just full of hay sectioned off on one of the sections. There's a small portcullis up against the wall with bars on there, floating just a little bit of the sunlight passing through. Inside, it's all nice and foggy and moist as the light is just causing a nice little illuminating effect, almost like one of those god rays, like how you see in the background, just like that.
Yeah. Woos. Yep.
The camera slowly zooms in on Feng as he's still snoring loudly. And from there, what would you like to do?
Kick the snoozing one. Kick! That should wake you up. And then rub some hit points on me. Take that 10 hit points. Ooh.
You have the equivalent of it doesn't matter. Take some HP back to yourself as you like you're looking over your bits where like you've been hurt, and even still both of your faces are paler than usual. You lay your hand across your chest. It glows again with that yellowish sunlight glow, and immediately your face becomes flush again with color, and you feel healthier, better, brighter, awake.
Well then, turns out we're in the brink now.
They seriously put us in a dungeon?
No, this looks more like a luxury yacht in the southern seas, I would gather by the temperature and the moistness in the air.
Look, I send the girls over to see to my body. I've got aches here. I need seeing to.
Yeah, I'll order up the massage parlor for you. Would you like the blonde or the brunette?
Come on, have both.
No. Yeah, fine, this time. But I'm not paying, you are.
Yes. Frank just opens his eyes and it's like, I thought you said we were on the yacht.
Yes, I did say.
I'm disappointed.
So am I. Oh. You figure we should sit back or try to get through the doors? At the moment, I think we earned a good rest. I should not have woken you up, but alas, I was lonely. Now that they have the solar payload, I don't think they need anything else from this town in quite a while. But I don't think it's the last we have heard of Arkhan the Cruel, nor his minions, for that matter.
They took everything, didn't they?
Yep, everything. I think they found even your secret stash.
Pat died. Yeah, I did that. Damn it.
Oh well. Only if I had my hat, this would be a lot easier, but let's lean back on the cell wall and try and meditate some. Maybe we'll get out of here. I don't know. Think about it. Now's a good time to say my evening prayers. Get on the knees. Hands up and oh Paler, please, blah 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 blah.
Feng just stretches out on the cot and he just goes, do you know who that elf maiden was?
I think it was the same one that came to the captain's office the last time we got yelled at. She did introduce herself, the headmistress of the some place. What was it again? Some
Kana Pansophical.
yeah, Arkhan Pansophical. The name escapes me though. A something. Amethyst?
Alanis?
Angela? Something along those lines. I was too mesmerized by her hair.
Yeah, she is an angel, isn't she?
Compared to you, everything is an angel, so why am I to complain?
I can't help who my parents were.
No, but you can help your hair do.
What, and like take 12 hours just to get my hair shining like yours? No, thank you.
Oh no, mine is natural.
Keep telling yourself that. I've seen the bottles. Your hair went white ages ago, it's no.
Well. Doesn't seem like there's much to do and I think you need the rest.
Oh, yes.
There's only so much wounds I can heal, and so many you can take. So go back to your natural sleep now, so you actually wake up when something happens.
Yes. I could still fight off half the department if I had the might.
And cut to.
There's a slow bit of montage as the little bit of sunlight that's dropping in gets darker. Montage scene, you, Jericho, shuffling around the actually time is passing. You're gonna get your full rest, and so all of your hit points, everything gets brought up. You're set to max, all your spell slots, all your key points. You're healed back up, but quick montage of things. And you feel free to add to this. Number one, Jericho's pacing around while Feng sleeps. Next is Feng moving around, like doing calisthenics or whatever.
He's literally using like the cot, as like a as work press and all that. He's just like doing like press ups and all that and all this sort of stuff. There's a scene there. Cut to another scene where you're holding on to the bars leading to the outside. Whatever little bits of sunlight is hitting you, and it's just staying. The camera is just staying focused on you, holding on to the bars. The light slowly gets darker and darker and darker. Cut to more like cut to Jericho pressed up against the bars. Hello, anybody? Cut to once you again, just like walking around. Cut to one of you like putting chalk marks into the wall. There's one. There's already three, and you're putting the fourth one on there. The camera slowly zooms out, and you can see there's a whole bunch more hash marks all against the wall. There's already like 20, 25, 20, 30. And at some point, some guards come in. Some guards come in and slide. This flap opens and somebody slides through some food to things of food, and it's just slop, piece of what looks like stale bread, no water. Some gray slop, stale bread, a little hunk of cheese with a little bit on the rind of it that's greenish white. And cut to some more quick montages of the sunlight starting to like fade in as you're like pressed up against the window, looking on the little portcullis that leads to the outside. The light's starting to come in just a little bit, and cut to some more things. What other activities would you like to use to soak up the time and show the passage of time passing here? I think there's just like at some points there's just the two of us doing the occasional song, and just like if we're taking like the turns and just banging against the bars on the door, causing the rest of the prisoners down on the other end, just to start, especially with Feng's singing voice not being it's a baritone, more like, not a baritone. They're like, you just hearing the cries of, "Shut up already! We can't take any more!"
Fantastic.
While Feng's just going, "Nobody knows the trouble I'm in.
Nobody knows your hunger."
Yeah, I think Froggy's wondering if we're like each hash mark is actually days or hours, because he's doing this all in one day.
Time is passing.
It feels like longer than that.
It's probably each hash mark is like going, "Are we still in here? Are we still in here?
Cut to one more. You're putting on one more hash mark. At which point, the camera fades back one more time, revealing a little bit a lot more sunshine passing through it. It's definitely at least daytime. At which case, you hear from out of the off screen, you hear the rattling of keys. Off screen again, a door opening. In walks in from outside of your the view of the jail cell. A purple dressed, robed, with goldish filigree around, tall, elfish, blonde with bright blue eyes. Pulls up a chair, sits down, crosses her legs in front of the just outside of a jail cell, and looks at both of you.
Jericho, I think I've died and went to heaven. I'm seeing an angel in front of me.
Impossible. I'm still here.
So, Feng, Jericho, Captain Holt has informed me that it was you who took down Kane the other night. Is this correct?
Yep, that was him.
Oh, yeah, he was a wee twerp.
Our organization has been tracking Kane for some time now. Tell me everything that you know. And you could see from her hand, she does another motion with her hand. Her hand glows a bright, kind of like a white and gold and purplish glow starts showing up. Her hand turns a little bit of blue, and an entire zone around starts glowing, sort of bluish. Camera zooms in a little bit as the effect is around, and you could see like there's a little bit of hail around it as little globules of like magical sprites are lifting off of your body. Sort of bluish halo with like bright white effects. I need both of you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. I can't even see anywhere.
Here, take it. I've
7.
got a +3, and I still. You have a +4.
Fantastic.
That's the zone of truth, isn't it?
You feel the essence of a zone of truth. Whenever you try to say something, it becomes difficult to tell a lie. Every time you try, it's possible, but it's strained, noticeable.
Don't worry, I'm gonna turn this.
She holds her hands out again, puts it on her lap, sits down, crosses her legs daintily, and patiently waits. Once again, tell me everything about Kane.
I'll be honest, it wasn't that much fun to fight. Too easy.
What powers did he have? Why was the fight difficult? Explain to me.
Try to remember. He had the ability to. He got his hand against my shoulder, and I felt like my skin underneath was starting to shrivel up and age.
Necrotic touch.
He also burst into flames when struck.
That was fun.
Really? Tell me more about this. We've been seeing a lot of fire attacks. This cult that they're... The so-called cult that they seem to be following. Wherever they go, there's a lot of undead and fire. Explosions. Tell me more. Tell me exactly how the inn burned down.
Well, he was off there fighting with Kane, and while I was busy holding up the former patrons, aka the then current zombies. While he was speeding up Kane, place started catching more and more on fire as portions of Kane ended up on the floors and on the ceilings and on the walls.
I might have also had a part of that. I cord like some teachings that I learned from the monastery allows us to channel energies, and I did use a fire attack myself, and the fire whips I used kind of went all over the place there, but most of the damage was Kane. He blew up after I hit him.
Yeah, it's like he was made of oil.
Yeah, that would be probably a good analogy. Analogy, I think the word is.
We have noticed that many of these cultists have their hands missing, or an eye, or some party of their sacrificed. Can you tell me more on this? This cult bear the same resemblance.
Kane didn't have one. Kane was one eye short.
There was a crystal instead of the eye. There was a crystal.
Was it a red crystal?
I think so.
And he was wearing an amulet of a hand, a claw.
No, not a claw. The crystal. I don't even think it was properly set. It just looked like it had been just jammed. I originally thought someone had stabbed him in the eye with it.
Why were you tracking Kane?
There had been stories of illness and pestilence, and we had looked into it, and we're finding indications of there was files left all around. I don't know what was in the files, but it just didn't sit right.
Pestilence. Files. What happened to these files?
Some of the there should have been at least one of the files in the evidence crate.
I shall ask Captain Holt about that. What made you decide to come here? It is my understanding that the captain has put you under suspension, and yet you came here when the whole headquarters was under attack. Why?
We're still officers of the law.
Well, I have sworn myself to protect the nation, and the nation is not protected by that guard, is it? It was my duty to watch after those who serve.
Let's be honest, it's like I wouldn't have sat right on me if I just sat. Yes, fine, I could have sat at the tavern eating donuts all day, but some of those men who rushed off, they're friends. If they died, I wouldn't have felt right. Hell, even if I might not like that jackass Francis, but if Bacon got hurt, the guy's he'd have been a decent enough sort if he got paired with another decent guardsman.
Bacon, Francis, are these fellow guard members?
Yes. Francis shouldn't be, in my view, but
Not a good guard, is he?
arrogant little twerp, yes.
I think he's more of a weasel than a guard.
Yet, he seems to follow orders, while you two do not. Interesting. Just a few more questions. When you came in, tell me everything you saw of Arkhan the Cruel.
Red Dragonborn. There was a green portal behind him. Well, I assume it's a portal. Stepped through and it disappeared and he wasn't there.
Did you see other cultists or robes with him?
No. There was bodies around.
Was those zombies and skeletons that I evaporated?
These zombies and they were a mixture of the dead. They were both cultists and guardsmen that had fallen.
Interesting. Did they rise after you had come in, or were they already zombified before you came in?
No, there was a Arkhan left. There was a cultist that initially I thought he was dead. He was on the ground. He rose, he got himself back up, and he said something about what was it? Tharsadum?
I'm sorry. Say that name again.
Tharsadum, Ferris.
Tharizdun.
Yes, has risen.
At this, you.
That's what
I want to
Cain
be
also
very-
said.
Wait. Cain also said this name. Tharizdun.
Yes.
Yes, he did. He did.
Interesting. This is very vexing. Is it my understanding that both of you are imbued with divine powers? Feng, you say that you have certain monk training teachings.
Yes, I left this city when I was young. Didn't feel in place. Came across this monastery. The monks were dedicated to Cord.
This fire attack that you are saying, may I see it?
And Feng just closes his hand and flame just starts to weave around it, and slowly but surely, tendrils just start to unravel from the hand.
Very
Right.
interesting. Fascinating. You know, we've tried so much there's so much still to learn about the divine magics. Fantastic. Jericho, Captain Hall tells me as well that you have been touched by the divine. Specifically, that you are a champion for Palor. Do you also possess divine gifts?
I do.
Interesting.
Allow me to demonstrate. Zone of truth. roll me wisdom shave.
I rolled a 16.
So that's enough.
Plus,
Plus whatever, it's enough. The DC
you could see that now that same kind of like blue aura and same white sparkly thing starts lifting off of her. No. Immediately dissipates. Counterspell.
So it appears you have something to hide there, miss.
It's a shame you could ask her who she, out of the two of us, she actually preferred, but we can just argue afterwards.
I have many things to hide, and you will need a lot more power to be able to penetrate my veil than that. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. And with that, she just stands up, picks up her chair, and clumps away without a further word. The little blue and the blue aura just as quickly fades away as she walks out of the area. The sparklies disappear. And you're back alone now.
I believe I may have insulted her.
Unfortunately, I learned that elven maids are sometimes too arrogant for their own good.
This may be.
But they are elegant and graceful and charming when they want to be.
It's a curse of the blood, I believe. That's why I am so handsome.
Feng just drops into Elvish and goes, I believe your Elvish ancestors would call the lack of pointedness to your ears the curse of your human ancestry.
And I reply in Elvish. And that's what gives me my unnatural job.
With that, as you're rolling back, the scene slowly zooms in on your face and fades out one more time. Cut to, or fade in elsewhere. As the captain is saying, you can't be serious. You gotta pick two others. No, Captain. I'm being deadly serious. The unique divine abilities is exactly what we need. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. I don't require you to like it, Captain. I require you to follow orders. Are you going to disobey? No. Captain, they know more than they're saying. They're already involved in this. More than you think. I want them brought in as quickly as possible. Time is of the essence. A lot of things have been brought to my attention recently. Bring them forward. I'll explain everything. Fade out. Cut to you guys again. The sun is still nice and brightly coming in through that one solitary portcullis with the bars, bringing in little bits of light.
Is there like a cross beam that's like, around, hang,
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a big, thick cross beam that runs across the top. Very, very sturdy.
Yeah,
Timber.
Feng's doing pull-ups on it.
100%.
Yeah.
You're up on the just.
Yeah, Feng is doing pull-ups, and the camera zooms out, and Jericho is underneath his feet going. Doing weightlifting on Jericho, and not Jericho, on Feng.
On Fang. Fantastic. I want both of you to roll me athletics with advantage. Both of you.
13. 18.
With advantage.
Yeah,
Very
thank
well.
goodness. Thank goodness. That would have been painful.
The camera zooms in very Michael Bay-esque as your shirts are off and your muscles are just rippling up. Your sweat's pouring down your face as you're like pushing up with your feet, and you finger up at the top, just holding on. 25, 26, 27. The camera zooms in on your back muscles. Your body is still nice and not like very cut, or you have a rotund, almost like how can I put this, like a Kung Fu Panda sort of style of body, rotund, big, yet with a sort of grace as you're both holding your balance, and the back muscles of you are just like ripping up as 30. You drop on the ground, panting. You grab your shirt and just like putting down your drying yourself off. As you hear from the off screen. Doors open in these heavy double sets of footsteps. Clomp, 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 clomp. Francis and Bacon. There in front of you. Well, now, look at this. How's that? I wish we could hold you here longer. A full day and a half. Has that taught you guys any lessons yet, huh? Yeah, you don't look so tough behind bars.
Jericho has grown like 3 inches of beard during his stay. Hair is flowing onto his shoulders and all raggly and wriggly.
If it was up to me, I'd keep you locked here for 100 years. But for right now, the captain wants to talk to you. You're gonna get a second showing. Come on. Goes up to the bars and starts taking a big set of skeleton keys. Puts one in, opens it, opens the jail cell door with a loud squeal. Come on, let's go. And no funny business, or I'd punch you hard.
Thing just comes up from the crouch he was in and just walks up to Bacon and just stares him down. That's like, I never asked for your name because, let's be honest, it isn't Bacon. And I drop into Orcish and I go, we know that's the name given to you by your fool of a partner next to you. It's not a name of an orc.
Yeah, new name, Bacon. You don't get to say old name. You're not worthy. You bad guard. Go. No funny business.
And I just walk past Bacon.
Does a little shoulder check, maybe? Actually, no, don't worry about it.
No. I just, I think it's like I just subtly just did oink, you know, under my breath as I walk past him.
Fantabulous. You're
Jericho, meanwhile, goes past. Good job, Bacon. And hello, Francis.
Yeah, come on. No funny business. And he starts leading you, both of you, down the...
It's pretty hard with a face like yours, but I'll try.
Yeah, well, Francis, you can tell us what the funny business is because you're the expert in that, aren't you?
The funny business is if you try to escape, you try to say any more funny shit in front of me, you try to say anything bad about me again, I'm gonna cut your fucking throat open, huh? Is that funny enough for you, huh? Huh? Is that making you laugh? Huh?
Aren't you a good guardsman? Don't you obey the captain's orders?
And Bacon's just holding on to him. Captain said they want him alive. Come on. Fine. Just get moving. And shut up.
Of course. I am, as you can see, unarmed.
Shut up. Move. And he, like, physically, like, shoves you forward enough.
I'm giving them a pity stumble.
Fantastic. Jericho merely snarks audibly at this proceedment. And you said there was not gonna be funny stuff.
You're led down from this jail cell from one section to another. You're put past a set of cells where population for general population. There's a set where 5 or 6 different cells are flooded with different sets of civilians and different phases of raggedness going up against the cells. Oh, you're in so much trouble now. You're pushed past all of those. Getting out of the general cell location. Normally, you'd be normally the Captain Holt's offices are straight up the stairs, straight across the main hallway, but this time you're led somewhere different, off to the right, where what's normally a general assembly, or what's called the war room. There you're let in. The doors burst open. Interior shot. There's a long, long round table with 12 or more seats around it. Up against the this room is bricked up room with white paints everywhere, candles, torches. There's a couple of maps strewn, curtains holding up around the area. There's actual no windows here. It's almost like this is the dead center of this location, and it's big. It's probably about 2,000 square foot. Like that means anything to you. A really, really, really big room. Tall vaulted ceilings, 2 chandeliers from the top, all the candles glowing nice and lit. On the far side, there is a raised dais and a pedestal where, and behind that is a couple of big maps of the local area showing Iman, the section of Taldore itself, a big old land section of land with water off on it. Behind the dais, a large, what looks to be like a chalkboard, a special chalkboard, except it's not green. It's almost a sort of like a dark grayish background, almost like a slate gray. Standing in front of the raised dais is that late elfish lady again in purples and golds. Standing next to her is somebody younger. Her what looks to be an assistant in blue and white, almost pixie-ish, young, elfish as well. You can tell by the little bit of the pointy ears, brown hair. Sitting at the table is a couple of other strangely dressed individuals, a couple of male figures, somebody you do not at all recognize. Dark brown skin, rich black hair tied back in a ponytail. No weaponry whatsoever, but what looks to be like a soft brownish leather armor with like a band across that has little bits of almost like pocket holders. A couple of different guards, a few more, an older looking wizard in white, with a white beard, blue robe, simple blue robe, and Captain Holt as well, older dwarven gentleman there. Brown leather armor, the big great axe still slung on his back. Guards up against the wall, and as you're walking, nobody speaks a word except for she in purple and gold robes points to the long table. Please sit down. We have much to discuss.
Yes, we do. I do have one topic before we continue this discussion. And turning to Captain Holt, are we released?
No, not yet. Not at all.
Then whatever
Captain?
you are offering, no.
Captain, please. Gentlemen, if release is what you're looking for, please take a sit.
Feng will pull the chair back, but instead of like sitting on it normally, he will actually basically sit on the
sit on the actual backrest and put his feet on in the actual seat.
Well,
Looks over at the captain, raises an eyebrow. Captain just shakes his head. Gentlemen, I fear I must tell you exactly what we have found. Feng and Jericho have mentioned his name, Tharizdun. Do you all know? Does anybody here know who Tharizdun is?
Well, I don't recognize the name, but it's obvious with the way you've mentioned it. He's not maybe the nicest person.
my guess would be some sort of a demon.
Or elder god.
It's so much worse. The scene, she starts talking, exposition. The scene transitions to CGI, a CGI expanse where it's just like two how can I put this, giant figures, older gods. She starts explaining the in the beginning, when this land was just formed, the gods created everything. They were all not happy with life and magic. The rebellion gods don't wanted nothing but to destroy what we have created. They want the magic in the land. Tharizdun in particular is the chained oblivion. Over millennia ago, we were able to subdue him, trap him elsewhere where he could not feed off of the magic of this land. Tharizdun is an ancient god. One of the betrayer gods. They want nothing more to rule, to turn this entire land of the living into the land of the undead. He hates life. He hates magic. He hates everything. Free choice. Wants nothing but the destruction. Over millennia ago, the gods and the people of the land, humans, elves, dwarves, dragonborns, many of the ancient races, even dragons, came together to protect this land. They formed a sort of trap for Tharizdun. They have banished him into the Fey realm. There, the Fey realm is sustained, asleep, in chains, unable to escape. There are many times, many different, his power is able to influence certain undesirable people who reach for nothing but power, unlimited power. And Tharizdun has it. Even though it cannot directly affect the happenings here, in this realm, it can influence the thoughts of others. Before you, there was Vecna. Before Tharizdun, before Arkhan, there was Vecna. And now there is Arkhan the Cruel. He continues what Vecna could not start, to try to release Tharizdun from his slumber, from his prisoner's cage. And you can see in the background, like the world and two big gods, like holding down this, what looks to be like a Cthulhu-like monstrous figure, big, bigger than like the planet toward itself, a squid, like a monstrosity with at its mouth is just a beak with like when it opens up, and it's just rows and rows of teeth, darkness, two, three beady eyes, 1, 2, 3, swirling all in different directions. From the top of it, he opens his mouth one more time, and there is an actual eye that reaches out like a beam into the camera light and disappears. Again, this is just all exposition of showing back what happened thousands of millennia ago. Arkhan the Cruel, and you now see Arkhan the Cruel being brought up, and she's holding out like her hand, and it's creating all these illuminations throughout this holographic illuminations throughout the area. Arkhan the Cruel, and she now you now see my same face, red scaled dragonborn, blackened armor, thick with like excrusions, bony excrusions, or sharp bits, holding a blackened scepter with like a red sphere at the tip. He has grinned. Much power. It appears that Arkhan has been going around trying to raise an army of the dead. This infection that you've been seeing, these rumors, we've been tracing them for months now, trying to find his location. Cain was one of his top lieutenants. It is impressive to me that both you and Jericho were able to take him down single-handedly, as it were. I fear that Arkhan is trying to release Tharizdun. He already has the bell, and now the sword. All that he lacks now is the egg. MacGuffin's egg. And her hand now changes to what looks like a jeweled egg, probably about this size in comparison. Almost like not quite as big as a dragon egg. It looks very much like a Yoshi's egg, white with green spots around it, except that it's encrusted in jewels like a Fabergé egg. There's a crisscross pattern where every time the crisscross section hits, there's a different colored jewel, purplish gems, reddish rubies, azul diamonds. And it's all there to see, kind of like to encase the egg and to keep it from any damage. And it has this sort of like a whitish glow that pulsates. This is MacGuffin's egg. We have hidden it. It's been hidden for a millennia in the Fey realm, whilst here in our realm, we had the bell and the sword. Yes, Pelor's sword, Excalibur himself. These three objects are the key to holding Tharizdun bound in the Feywild. I feel that with two of the three items, Arkhan has whatever he needs to release Tharizdun. And that's when Holtz speaks up. Jericho, Feng, what I'm about to show you might be a bit painful. You remember Agatha, right? She worked at the Lyceum, the library. That's where the bell was kept hidden. And a captain, at the saying of that, his face looked sorrowful. Agatha didn't make it. Arkhan got to her cut to the scene once again where earlier Arkhan flashes that red scepter in the direction of once he had captured the bell, where Agatha had been looking through the library books. You now see the fulfillment of that scene where the blackened robes like grab her from both sides and she's drawn on her knees. What do you want here? Just take whatever you want. There's nothing here for you. We came here for the bell. And I want no witnesses. And he puts his hand forward into her face, and you can see her pretty blonde, perfect face with green eyes just start as it like starts draining out, and her eyes starts turning black, and her lips start peeling and turning purple as like that foam just starts coming, just like leaving down us in a face of frozen, stuck in a rigorous, painful face, which now transitions into like a blanket being laid on top of her.
Feng has actually risen from the seat, and he's jumped onto the table, and is like tried to like run towards the image, and it's like putting his hand out, and his hand just dressed for the image.
You go to touch like the illusion that you're seeing, like Alora is just showing everything, and it disappears the second you touch it. This was the last thing that she saw before she passed away. I was able to recreate it using Speak with Dead. I'm sorry for your loss. Guys, this has become personal. I know how much Christine... I know how much Agatha... Darn it, Agatha Christie, you got me. I know how much Agatha meant to you. We need 2 volunteers to go into the Fey realm and retrieve MacGuffin's egg before Arkhan can get to it. Yes. The captain, well, quite honestly, captain does not want either of you going, but I feel that you would be the best two to send. The Fey realm is very dangerous. We cannot just send anybody. Magic users there in particular are very... Well, magic reacts strangely in the Fey realm. Because of your divine abilities, I feel that you have a better chance at surviving in there. Feng, Jericho, what we're asking is that you go in to the Fey realm and retrieve and bring back MacGuffin's egg. I cannot force you. I can only ask. Will you aid us?
I cannot agree.
Why?
I am a prisoner. I am not allowed to leave.
Oh, now you're following the rules, are you?
Isn't that what you wanted?
What I want is for you to stop fucking everything up, making my job harder. You're making my job harder. Well, Jericho, it appears that we need something from you. What would you like in exchange?
I want to see his head on a spike hang from the castle's wall for everyone to see what happens when you try to resurrect the dead gods.
One of the other like unspeaking members there that you don't recognize just start nodding in agreement. We shall give you whatever you want. Allura, is this possible that we can go into the Fae Realm? Do you have a plan?
Yes. Yes, I do. First off, Feng, Jericho, your sins are forgiven. The captain will release you from your bonds. You are no longer under suspension. You are no longer prisoners. From this moment forward, temporarily, you work for me. You are to follow my instructions, my rules. And unlike the captain, you will follow my authority or face the consequences.
Francis and Bacon in the background. Captain, don't send them. They're useless. Send us instead.
Feng just slowly turns and looks at Francis. I am going to use my elemental attunement to cause the effect of wind to buffet around both him and Bacon. That's one key point. I am then going to spend another key point to, again, my elemental achievement, to have a small pillar of water appear between the two of them, forcing them apart. I'm then going to spend another key point to bring up a circle of fire around them.
And they're just like, cut to them just like panicking. Wind, water, fire, and at the scene of fire, ogres who are very susceptible to fire and very fearful. You not being one of them because you train it, etc.
Ogre and orc are different things.
All right, I keep saying
troll.
ogre, but it's orc. Sorry, orc.
Yeah.
Make him stop, Francis! Make him stop!
And I just dismiss it.
Mm.
You can see what I can do. And one of his lieutenants nearly dropped me. You think you can go against Arkhan? Do you? Punk.
I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah, everybody just chill out. With that, Allura, enough. Uses her hand again, and a glow happens, and just whatever effects you have, like, appear, and it's just for a second, like, struggle, and then fade out, and the room is silent again. Whatever wind was rustling the papers on the desk, whatever anger that you had lifted, the flickering lights in the tavern, the flickering of these things, torches,
Sconces. Yeah.
torches and sconces stop flickering and just resume back to normal. The camera stops focusing on your serious face and just relaxes.
Slowly just turn. I just go. I don't ask for anything. I just seek a chance to fight Agatha's killer.
Then it is accepted. Francis, Bacon, you may leave the room now.
Yeah, okay. They open the door with a loud, and it closes with a big thud that echoes throughout the silence of the room.
Very well now. Let's continue with planning. You two will be sent to the Fey Realm. There is a long through the records. There's mention of the bell, the sword, and the egg. The sword is there to break the egg. Once the egg is broken, the sword is then used to ring the bell, and Tharizdun's spell will be released. For the time being, we know exactly where the spell is. We know exactly where the MacGuffin's egg is.
Yes. So it's save the egg, save the universe.
Arkhan has a day and a half's head start, but only we know his exact position. The Fey Realm is a vast and dangerous place. Magic is strange there. What we use as arcana cannot traverse as efficiently inside the Fey Realm. The people there are mysterious, beautiful, yet strange. Nothing is ever exactly as it seems. What is practically brand normal looking hides danger and deceit. The Fae are tricksy people. Though they might look beautiful, like angels, they are in fact not.
And this is where we cut the session.
Are we running out of timing?
We are about 10 minutes past.
About 10 minutes past. All right. A few more seconds then.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, sure.
You will be given whatever you need. You will be given whatever you need for the next part of the journey. Here, follow me this way. Let me show you what I've brought you to make your life easy.
And with that, she snaps her fingers. Fade to black. Shall continue next session. Next week. Okay. There we go. So, questions, concerns, comments.
Let me just put the pens and tags on. Yes, that was interesting.
Yeah, I just can't believe I used 3 key points just to bully the bully.
I loved it. Fantastical. Again, it's just there. Those are just moments there to show who you are. I did not expect that. All right.
Well, I have it, so I'm just going, I wouldn't be wanting to show this off, so let's try it.
Let me change up this background here. And we'll go into post-game banter mode.
Woohoo!
Everybody dance now, down,
Bam,
down,
bam,
down,
bam,
down,
bam,
down.
bam.
Ah. So,
Get me the
audience,
music.
audience, how did you like this week's session? Did you like it as much as we did? Did you not? Give us a comment. Like us on Facebook and so forth. Not that we have a Facebook page yet.
Fey Realm. This will be interesting. You have no idea.
Neither do we.
We've been he's been teasing us for the
Yeah.
last 3 weeks.
Yeah, giving us glimpses of the wonders of the Fey world.
Yeah.
It sounds downright terrifying.
Yeah.
I shifted. Interesting. So last week, I did a lot faster pace to cram more stuff in there. This time, I try to spread it out a little bit and give give it a little more room to breathe. Give you guys a little bit more action. I don't know. I wanted to be. I'm like about 10-15 minutes behind. The 10-15 minutes is just killing me.
The trick I sometimes do if I'm not really concerned about timing is like have something like a watch.
No, you know what? I have a watch. It's just that I wasn't sure that I was going to cut off at the 4 minute mark, at the 4 hour
maybe.
mark. Sorry, with to me at the 3 hour mark, since we started at 1, I'm like, all right, well, I'll do we took an extra 10 minutes time during the break, plus we took an extra 10 minutes time to get started. So I'm like, all right, that literally is the 10 minutes that I needed. And I'm like, all right, well, no worries. We'll just go to like 3.5 hours. But I'm like, Wooster's like, let's cut now. I'm like, all right, let's cut now.
I'm more worried that we need to stick to the schedule, and first of all, I'm getting kind of dizzy here.
Yeah, no worries. And that's all right, because next week I know exactly where to go to. All right, so let's think. Questions from the audience. What do you like, and what are your favorite bits so far? What is things that you like, and things that you think we can improve? I'm looking for feedback, because
Froggy I think is just loving your very sexy Elvish accents.
It's more British. I do a little bit of British. I can do I can do different styles of it. I can even do a little bit of Australian.
Sounds scary, the way.
It's just it's like Frog Scan. It's just a man. So we've got Bacon's a savage. He is an orc, right?
Yes.
What is Francis?
Well, I've kept it nebulous for the time being.
Yeah.
I do like that we can make him a shorter goblin. I like what Froggy's throwing out there. Let's make him a smallish goblin, and usually most of the time he's on Bacon's shoulder. I like that.
or if it was Star Wars, I could just imagine Francis being that cheeky little Jawa, you know. Second someone stands up to him, he's like behind Bacon.
Actually, I don't know that I like Francis Howard to be a goblin, only because a goblin guard.
But he could be a gnome.
I do like him being a gnome because I want him to be
or a halfling.
I do like that. Halfling, yeah.
Mean little halfling.
All right, that battle went all right in the armor.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I was this close to getting you killed. Just this close. Can you imagine me killing you the second episode?
Bye-bye.
Unless you did an absolute hit where you literally would take me to -35, I have got ability to allow me to stay up for at least one hit at one. Basically, like if you look at barbarians, they've got relentless.
Relentless ability.
Yeah. The monks get it, but they only get it the once. So it then gives them, depending on how it's worked out, they can then still potentially get in that final hit to just win the fight.
Yeah. Let's see, Jericho. Wooster. This is the. You're kind of newish to this system, right? To the D&D 5e.
Yeah,
Not
D&D
fully newish,
5.
but this is like the three. What is it, the third version? Second time you played it?
This is the fourth version of D&D I've played. Sorry, fifth version of D&D I've played. And
Technically, I suppose, yeah.
in addition, I've played lots of other editions, and there's limited amount of experience I've had with this, so things get mixed up a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries. Are you finding the? Are you doing all right finding the stuff? I don't want to
Yep,
throw. I don't want to throw in. The
It's an
advanced
easy
stuff
system
just
to
yet.
learn. It's just taking time to sink in. There's
And being
still,
the fact that I threw you guys in at level 5 immediately, that's like a whole learning curve that you
played
guys skipped.
to level 3, I think. I believe I was in the D&D 5th edition beta with a group, and we played it. But it's still a system I'm having trouble remembering. Like, okay, was this the Pathfinder 2nd edition, or was this the D&D 5th edition, or was this from 4th edition, or...
It's just not clear in your head which one's which. But,
Yeah. Too much information.
Yeah, I've played a wee bit of 4th, but it just sometimes feel like 4th is more a lot... sometimes it's more along the lines of it's more like stuff you see in like video games, like you get like a one a day, you get once, like once a day, once a weekly, also you then get some that are they activate during battles and all this sort of stuff. But the thing I liked about 4th was, with at least like first level, sometimes there was a few more abilities, so it had a wee bit more flexibility in 4th. From what I can see.
What makes 5e different is it makes the combat move faster. Granted, I've been throwing a lot of weird descriptions out there and making the combat lasted a whole hour and a bit over.
I've had sessions which have been 3 hours long, and it's just been one big boss fight. And that was part 2.
This went 5 rounds. I mean, this went 4. This still went 5 rounds. Like this fight again, and I threw a bunch of stuff at you, a lot.
Yep.
That was 5 rounds. That's not bad.
And we were actually describing what we were doing there. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm attacking. Quickly do die roll, attack, right, on to the next person. Because in theory, if we just didn't do any description, we just said, these guys appear, they're going to do this. We could have wrapped it up in for 10 minutes, like 20 minutes, but we're actually taking time to describe the scenario,
Yes, exactly. Well, on that, that's what I'm double checking with you, to you guys, making sure that you guys are doing all right with the combat system. With the combat system.
I've done 5e for when it came out. Back in 2014. I had a campaign that went on for 4 years.
Looking Jericho, though, I mean, I threw in the baddie, the white that was like, okay, you need a magical weapon to do full damage, otherwise it's half, and you just
Smite.
I'm like, fuck.
You don't throw the undead against the paladin. Come on.
Hell, next level, it doesn't matter. I am the magical weapon.
Yeah. I also wanted to show like your fist, like you're not. It wasn't, like when you're punching them, it's not making It didn't make too big of a difference.
Mm.
Yeah, you smited the heck out of it.
Yeah, let's be honest. I smited the heck out of everyone else, though.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not smited. I bludgeoned and.
yeah, I took a couple. That is correct. Yes. All right. So, coolio. We got no other comments from the
No other
comments or
so
questions
far.
from the groups. I
We
think you
have
guys
a
are fantastic.
few people in the chat, but most of them seem to be silent observers. Anyway,
What was your favorite bit
people.
so far? What parts do you guys like, or what can I change up?
I just
looking
find it
for
funny.
feedback.
I do like the replay of, as we're saying, we were talking about doing the kind of body cop routine where you've got that other partner, the other partners, the ones that are always like antagonistic. It's some of the stuff that I like from, like, I remember, did you ever see Due South?
Which one?
Due South.
No.
It was set in Chicago, but it ended up being, it was a Mountie follows the guys who killed his dad, who was the other Mountie, into Chicago, but he ends up getting, because he causes a big stink with the government, he's basically attached to the consulate in Chicago, and he ends up getting paired with a Chicago police detective. But there's another, pair of police detectives that are forever like trading like snarky remarks to the two of them and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is a buddy, but I've turned this into a buddy cop film.
Yeah.
So I've taken all the proper tropes. Yes, the antagonistic partner duo, Francis and Bacon it just goes along with buddy cops, as well as pissing off the captain.
Yep. The property damage.
Fantastic that you guys are just playing into that really well.
Yeah. We just need what's next. It's the love interest has come into it somewhere.
She died. Poor Agatha.
Yeah.
No. We'll see.
sister, what did they do to you?
Well, who knows? Because we have, 6 more sessions?
6 more sessions planned. And
there's plenty
if
of room
there is
for...
enough fan base, we might actually make this a longer one. Maybe. You have to talk director Carlos into it.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah. We then just have to find, where do we schedule it? That's it.
Well, we do have 7 days a week, and only one stream at the moment.
I have like I said, I've been wanting to do more projects. It's just like
and I am currently unemployed, so I have all the time in the world.
Ooh, Froggy, don't give him ideas. Don't give him ideas, Froggy.
Yeah, for reals. Don't give me ideas.
He doesn't need any more.
He's got me to do this for him. I don't
they know
need
me
you.
They know me too well. Yeah, you give me an idea, I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what you do with the Game Master. You give him ideas while you play, so the play is actually reflecting what you think it's going to be.
Well, this is the thing. It's like, this is the thing as a gamer. You end up having this fear that the GM's going to say something, and you just start saying, "I hope you don't bring a dragon," and you just shut up and go. And the GM goes, "I never even thought to bring a dragon into this."
Excuse me, it is now.
So many times, yes.
Yeah.
So many times. Fantastic.
You see a warehouse. Oh, is it one of those people that turns into a house on full moon? It is now.
To be fair, it's one of the things that I actually love about pen and paper RPG games. It is just someone will just say something and it is, or it's just like someone like takes a comment and like they misunderstand it, but they then just you just turn it into a thing, that's
Well, it happened earlier. I mean, last time on our game when you're the gladiators, I'm like, well, there's a chariot, and you're like, the door chariot.
yeah.
Let's just take the chariot.
Yeah.
Things like that. I had this theory that I could throw basically any story, any format out there. D&D 5e is just because of its simplicity in styling. It's just I can do anything with it. Actually, we could do. I think I could do this with any system.
I think it's
Turn it into anything else. I just like experimenting. This is experimental for me. I'm like, let's see if I could turn this into a movie style.
I think it's a lot of it is just you happen to have the best idea how to go about it there, because I think that was the thing that threw me off with Dresden was I had the idea of what to do with Dresden, and then I tried to do something else with it, and that threw me off, Yeah.
Well, anyway, I like you guys. I like the followers too.
But you need to sleep.
But it's half hour past the end point, and there are things I want to do before I fall asleep. And
it's late for you guys. I keep forgetting that.
It's half past 2 here, and it's half past
Holy
midnight there.
Yeah, it's past midnight here.
Yeah,
we could start doing this earlier, guys. I have no problem with that. It's late for me in the day. I mean, might throw everybody else's schedule off.
Point taken. Zimi is not in this, and we don't need to worry about the children, so we couldn't schedule this earlier.
Yeah.
If you want to, but at the moment, I'm gonna have to say good night, and we talk about this. We'll keep the next week still in the current schedule and negotiate then.
Yes.
Thank you.
2 a.m., man. My bad. Good night. Bonus nachos, everybody.
Thank you for coming along, and bonus nachos to you all.
Bonus nachos.
Bonus nachos.